Have you ever walked onto a stage and forgot what you were gonna say? Me too. Have you ever walked into a room and forgot why you were there? Or forgot your keys at home? Have you ever forgotten how to use a fork? Or what your daughter looked like? Or did you walk into your home and find strangers living there because you forgot that 10 years ago you moved out? This confusing and frustrating memory loss is a common symptom of Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is an age-associated disease that affects about 50 million people around the world. And this number is expected to triple in the next 30 years. Now, that means that every 3 seconds, someone new is diagnosed with dementia. So by the time that my talk ends, that means that about 60 people will be told that they have a form of dementia, and the most common one of those is Alzheimer's disease. And thus, the worst truth of this is there's currently no cure. Now I'm going to bring you back 119 years ago to Frankfurt, Germany, where a woman walked into a health asylum and she had a horrible problem. This problem was that she had no idea about the simplest fact about her life at all. And the people of the asylum, they helped her, they tried to do the best that they could, but there really was no way to cure her memory problem. Now she lived there for 5 years before she passed away. And after she died, one of the doctors there, named Dr. Alois Alzheimer, took a look at her brain and did an autopsy and found that these strange buildup of plaques and tangles were inside of her brain. He hypothesized that this could be one of her problems. Now, today we know that the plaques are actually a conglomerated form of beta amyloid protein. And the tangles are associated with a buildup of tau. And these two proteins, they're important for maintaining normal neuronal function in life, just in their normal healthy day. However, in Alzheimer's disease, when these proteins are misfolded and they tend to conglomerate together and stick and we're unable to clear them from our body, they can cause the symptoms of Alzheimer's disease. Now, another thing happens when you have these buildup of proteins. They're actually toxic to your neurons. And I'm really interested in neurogenesis, which is the birth and development of new neurons, primarily in the hippocampus of our brain. The hippocampus is a learning and memory center, so it's really important and vital for memory. And that's where a lot of the effects of Alzheimer's disease are prominent. And so we think that the key to curing Alzheimer's could be potentially in solving this mystery behind the loss of neurons in the hippocampus. We also know that the gut microbiota that live in our intestines can talk to our brain in many different ways, including that they can influence neurogenesis in your hippocampus. And we believe, and we know that people who have Alzheimer's disease have differences in their gut microbiota, and we think that maybe this can be associated with their onset of Alzheimer's disease because they can also produce their own amyloid. So I'm interested in research being done right here in Cork today is looking into, can we solve the mysteries of Alzheimer's by exploring the bacteria in our gut and linking that to our brain? And so I just want us all to remember that Alzheimer's is a horrible condition. 1 in 3 people over the age of 65 years old in Ireland will probably come down with Alzheimer's disease. And remember to respect the people who have it. Thank you.